I believe there are three kinds of leaders. There is the willing leader, the reluctant leader, and the leader by default. Now, the willing leader. All of you who are in this room, I would suspect, are willing leaders. You are here because you made a commitment. You ran for an office, you were elected, you saw a job to be done, and you stepped up. And you are here because you know the need needed to be filled. So give yourselves a hand. Now the second leader is the reluctant leader. And I can't imagine that we have any reluctant leaders. And if you are a reluctant leader, you don't have to say so. But a reluctant leader is the person who is a leader because someone twisted their arm. They really didn't want to step up to the plate, but there just wasn't anyone else to do it, so they accepted. And here they are, serving in that thankless job, but they're doing it anyway. Well, if you are a reluctant leader, I'm not going to ask you to identify yourself, but let's give you a hand anyway. Because you still stepped up to the plate. And I'm hoping what I have to share with you in just a bit will help to move you from reluctant leader over to willing leader. Now the third leader is the leader by default. This is the person who will never ever step up to leadership, or so they think. But they're actually a leader, whether they know it or not, because they're influencing people. And a perfect example of the leader by default is a teenage boy who's wild, using drugs, running around, doing all sorts of terrible things. And that sibling, he has a sibling, a younger sibling, who idolizes him and looks up to everything that that older brother does and wants to emulate him. And so that younger brother is going to go on the very same path as the older sibling. That older sibling is a leader by default, even though he doesn't realize it. And it's a very sad situation, but we have many leaders by default out there, whether they're wild teenagers or people in our Toastmasters club. Well, which leader do you think would be best to be? Hopefully it's the willing leader, right? That would be the correct answer. I can talk about all the things, the negative things that happen when you're anything but a willing leader. But this morning, I want to talk about the benefits of being a willing leader. Because there are many benefits. We always hear about how great leadership is for the followers. And I don't deny that that's true. This is Toastmasters. This is where leaders are made. And one of the reasons that I stay in Toastmasters is because I see the benefits that we as leaders relay to our followers. I know it's a necessary position, and I get great pleasure from seeing people grow. But what I want to convince you is that by being a willing leader, you as a willing leader get benefits beyond what the people who follow you receive. So I'm going to talk to you about 4 universal laws. And these are laws that Napoleon Hill spoke about, Ralph Waldo Emerson, famous psychologists like Robert Cialdini. Lots of people believe that these rules, these immutable truths exist. And they are the law of compensation, the law of increasing returns, the law of reciprocity, and the law of contact. Each one of these provides benefits for you when you are a willing leader. So what is the law of compensation? Have you ever heard the term, what goes around comes around? Some people call it the law of karma. It basically means what you put out there is eventually going to come back to you. Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote an essay about the law of compensation. And in it he said that we live in a world that is full of abundance and generosity. We only need to release our gifts to others. If we have a gift, like the gift of leadership, and we hold it to ourselves, we'll never benefit from it, and neither will our followers. But if we know how to lead, if we know how to gently persuade people to be the best that they can be, it's our obligation to do so. And by doing so, our gift will come back to us. It might not come back to us immediately. It might not be that same day or that same week or even that same year, but it will come back to us. And that's one of the great benefits of leadership.